Welcome to In the Hoops. I am your host, India Sampson, and this is where we talk all things basketball. Let's get into it. Here are my top 5 plays of the week.
By Denver in the ABA at the time.
Right, that was the first round pick, 1967.
Coast to coast for 70.
That play is an igniter, hopefully. Down goes Luka, and the shot by Brown is good.
Fun game here in the Twin Cities. Look at the moves by Edwards. Swashbuckling and slamming.
Stepping back. Oh, he's feeling it. Heat check.
There you go, Jalen Green pointing in the stands.
Moving on to the breaking news this week, Tristan Thompson got suspended for 25 games because he violated the NBA and BPA anti-drug program. And I overheard that he was taking steroids. So riddle me this. Tristan averages maybe 8 points a game, barely, with the Cavaliers. So if he was taking steroids, the steroids aren't working. If you're taking steroids, you need to be averaging 30 a night, okay? But speaking of not working, the Milwaukee Bucks fired their head coach, Adrian Griffin, and replaced him with Doc Rivers. Now, Doc Rivers has been the head coach for the 76ers, the Orlando Magic, Boston Celtics, and the Clippers. So one thing about Doc Rivers is he's gonna keep a job in the NBA, whether that's being a player, a commentator, or a coach. So that check will be coming from the NBA regardless, okay? Now, Joel Embiid had 70 points on the anniversary of Kobe's 81-point game in 2006. Let me tell you, I was watching this game and I was like, Joel Embiid is such a dominant player in the paint, especially like, wow. MVP status, okay? MVP status. Anyways, but I wanted to look at Victor Wembanyama because he definitely got overshadowed. He had a great game against Embiid, and I'm gonna drive this point home until y'all really understand it and get it in y'all's brains, because Victor Wembanyama is a rookie, y'all. And I'm not expecting him to win every game or have 30 points against the best bigs in the league. But let's be real, he's a great player for being only a rookie. Like, give him some time. Still has to develop as a player and as a person. He's only 20, so let's be real. And that goes for all rookies, and I think they would all agree. Y'all have to really understand that rookies are gonna be rookies. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna get a lot of fouls, and that is what it is. But anyways, I'm done with my little rant now. Let's talk about the trade deadline. So this week, Terry Rozier got traded to the Miami Heat for a 2027 first round pick and Kyle Lowry. Putting Kyle Lowry with the Hornets is very beneficial because they need a veteran. They need somebody that can help them slow down the game a little bit. So I think it's a good decision. And Terry Rozier was great. Like a couple seasons ago, I literally watched the Hornets games like every single time they were playing. So he's a very good addition to Miami Heat. So I think it's a win-win situation. But the trade deadline is definitely coming up. It's on February 8th. And I'm super excited to see what they do, because I know last season, before the trade deadline, it was like maybe the 5th, 6th. It was like getting near the trade deadline, and I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, oh my God. Like, literally, the NBA is better than any reality TV show ever, okay? There's so much drama. It's spicy. I'm super excited to see what's gonna happen. I think that the Warriors need to make a trade, to be honest. The Lakers might even do something. You never know. But y'all stay tuned for that because it's very interesting. But moving on to who stood out in fashion this week, Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know about this one. Let's say that he's just going for comfort here because the neon little situation he got going on, yeah. I don't know about that one. But the person that wins the trophy this week is Victor Wembanyama, and I could be biased here, because where did he find those pants? And where can I find pants as long as that? Because if y'all don't know, I'm 6'1". And as a girl, it's very hard finding long pants that fit me well and that are also cute. So that's the only reason, one of the only reasons that he wins this week, because I'm sitting here thinking like, where can I get those pants at? Because as y'all know, Victor Wembanyama is like 7'3", 7'4". Okay? I'm 6'1", and he can find pants I can't. Okay. I'm gonna be on the search because, and I'll let y'all know if I find pants or not, because India has been struggling a lot. Okay? But that's besides the point. We're not talking about me right now. So, something else that happened in fashion this week was the All-Star jerseys came out, and I don't really know how to feel about it because I've seen better All-Star jerseys in the past. These are just kind of like mid. You know what I'm saying? They're not amazing, but yeah. But now let's move on to player media, where I get you in the loop within the hoops. So there's a little bit to unpack here. So let's start off with Draymond Green saying this.
KD kind of asked a rhetorical question in a sense. He said, because I went to the Warriors. He's speaking on the GOAT conversation. Why is he not in the GOAT conversation? He said, because I went to the Warriors, why shouldn't I be in that? Question mark. But people always say KD's the greatest scorer of all time. Like, you can make that argument. Like, the way KD scored the ball is so effortlessly. Like, so effortless. Like, and KD works. Like, one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. I've already told y'all, like, every rep is gain speed. That's mind-boggling. Like, that's crazy. Steph worked like that. Steph didn't get the credit that Steph gets today until 2022 when he led this team to a championship and won the Finals MVP. What he did in 2022, he took steps up for me. Like, oh, no, this dude is like, he up in that conversation now. Yeah, he there now. You got to go do what Steph did to get to that conversation, in my opinion.
Now, I do agree that Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers that we've ever seen. When he was talking about how Kevin Durant isn't in the GOAT conversation at all, when I was watching this, I was like, some people actually think that Kevin Durant is the GOAT. Like, Kevin Durant to some people is their GOAT. Like, and you can't tell them anything at all. Just how, like, Paul George is Brandon Miller's GOAT. Then I started to question it, like, what is the definition of a GOAT? We already know LeBron's the GOAT. Steph Curry could be in that conversation later. Obviously, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But what is the definition of a GOAT? Let me know down in the comments below, because I would really like to know. Like, what is your definition of a GOAT? My definition of a GOAT might be different than yours. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. For real. But speaking of Steph Curry, did y'all see that he's not an all-star starter? I posted on my Instagram story, like, Steph Curry not being an all-star starter is kind of crazy. And everybody literally went off on me, and I was like, my main reason that I want him to be a starter, and I'm sure that he's gonna be in the game anyway, he's just fun to watch at the all-star game. Like, I don't know. But let me go through some comments that y'all said, because it was very interesting to me that some of y'all said this. Okay, so one comment I got was, Luka and Shea are more deserving than Stephen Kerr fraud. Kerr fraud. Like, what are we actually talking about? Because literally, Steph Curry is not a fraud. Let's get that straight. He won multiple championships. He won Finals MVP. Let's get it right. Like, he's not a fraud. I do think that Luka and Shea are better this season, a little bit. Okay. Another thing that somebody said is he's not better than SGA or Luka, and he missed multiple games. There's nothing crazy about it. What I don't agree with is how this person said he's not better than SGA or Luka. Now, y'all, Steph Curry is definitely better than SGA and Luka. I'm sorry. Die-hard Warriors fan, die-hard Steph Curry fan. Like, I can't be like, oh yeah, SGA and Luka are better than Steph Curry. Because that's not true. They are not better, okay, than Steph Curry. Steph Curry, Hall of Famer. If he retired right now, Hall of Famer. If Luka and SGA retired right now, would they be a Hall of Famer? Maybe, but we don't know that. Steph Curry, written on paper, Hall of Famer. Okay? I just thought that was really interesting that everybody was like, SGA and Luka are better. And I was like, And so I was just typing away because I was like, I just want to see him shoot a 3, you know, in the All-Star game. Like, just a couple. Because that one All-Star game, that man went off, okay? Love watching him in the All-Star game. He literally is so much fun to watch. And that's all I was saying. But anyways, I'm so excited that y'all tuned into this week's show. That is it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay in the loop within the hoops. See you guys in the next one. Bye.